Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2, the China edition. Well, last episode, boys, we built this brand new station that comes into Guangzhou, which is going to serve the Shenzhen and Hong Kong surrounding areas. But this station was set up to access these industries, which things are looking pretty good so far. We extended the line, it's all now running smoothly, and as of right now we have two runs coming in. One is our passenger line, which you can see right now it's just picked up some people to take them all the way back, and two is our Guangzhou, I can't even say the word right, Guangzhou stone, there we go, which is yet to deliver because we got it kind of implemented quite late in the last episode, and I think the train is one of these ones here. I don't think it's that one, I think that's the fuel one. It's this one here, which is delivering 15 stone for the first time, which is coming from all the way over here. Now, it's going to take some time, and we do need to kind of create some consumers for the construction materials that it's going to create after this stone for it to start producing more. So this is going to be quite a big system. We also widened the runs here, which seem to be going swimmingly. But boy, oh boy, was last episode a big expansion. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to start delivering goods to the distribution hub over here in Shanghai. And what we're going to deliver is construction materials. And that's what's going to be created from delivering the stone. Now, we've got to figure out who wants the construction materials, and we also need to extend a further reach of the station to the surrounding areas with some bus routes, and then we need to deliver the construction materials to the towns that want it. Guys, this is a big one right now, but what I will say is, if you are enjoying the series, smash that like button down below, subscribe if you are new, so you do get notified when more episodes do come out. Now, something else we get to do as well. We could also deliver food and fuel to Hong Kong, and that's just creating an additional train leading from our distribution hub. So, right, this is going to be a good one. Now, before we do anything, we need to figure out who is going to require the construction materials. Now, we've got Beijing, great, perfect. We've got Nanjing, and we've got Qingdao over here as well. So they're just three cities set up really quickly that we can deliver to. Now, if we bring it in, we have to first figure out, well, who can deliver it? Well, at the minute, no one can go to Nanjing, so we are going to have to set up a separate vehicle run to it, which is going to be very, very easy to do. We've got our vehicle road depot or yard station, maybe we want to call it, just there. Qingdao, same for these guys as well. There's nothing really set up over here, so it'll be a new vehicle run. So that's pretty easy to do. Short distance, single vehicle, it will do the job. Now, Beijing will probably be the bigger consumer out of all of them for these construction materials, and we do have a train coming in that will deliver the goods for us. So at the minute, it delivers to here and, you know, surrounding areas. Now, we need to figure out first and foremost, the train that's delivering the goods, is that able, and I think it's this one here, to deliver construction materials using the same carriages that it's currently got right now. If I edit the vehicle, just to quickly find out, so if I go to cargo, so it currently has a tank car, which can only do fuel or oil. Then it has the box car, which cannot do construction materials. It needs the flat car with size. Interesting. Right, okay, that's real interesting right now. So I think we might need to slightly change up what the train does before we can start bringing the goods over. So what I might do is I might separate what it can carry. So I might have a train. I'll keep all the same trains on the same line, but I might have one train that solely does food, and then a second train that solely does oil and construction materials, because the oil and construction materials are less. So I say oil, fuel, because it's only, both cities demand one each. That's 2 food, 1 construction material, 1 fuel. So we'll put 2 food in one big train, and then 1 and 1 on the other train. Does that make sense? I'm hoping that kind of makes a little bit of sense. But we can't do any of that until we've got a consistent stone delivery. So until then, what we'll first do is work with this area. We'll create a little bus route around. We'll also bring some goods back to deliver it. And we'll also try and see if we can get some stone being delivered to Guangzhou as well from what we got set up over here, which will allow us then to start adding consumers to it and then making it demand more stone. Right, a lot of stuff we got to get set up right now, and I'm all for it. So what I reckon we do then is I reckon we first initially set up a vehicle or road depot. So if I go nice and big just to begin with, because that's what we like to do, that would fit there and that would be great. How far away could we push it and still have a connection? Okay, it's not going to work that well there. I think that is going to be fine unless I do it from over here. It still touches the station. And in theory, it puts us further away from the delivery points, which makes the vehicles make more money. It's all based on distance. So I'm going to drop this here. Okay, we have our road depot, which is really, really far away. So we now need to figure out where the delivery points are going to be. Now, as of right now, I'm only going to be able to deliver construction materials once we start producing it, and to Hong Kong, fuel and food. I'm going to need to set up a bridge. Now, I don't think, and I don't actually know, does Hong Kong have a bridge in real life? I feel like I'm being quite stupid right now and not knowing. Let me do a bendy wendy. Okay, the bendy wendy is not going to work. We'll just go straight with the bridge. Easy enough, boys. Easy enough. Nice, simple, and straight run. No dramatics. As of right, I don't need any dramatic stuff going on right now. So, we need to deliver bricks, which brick delivery would happen. I'm going to put this here. And that will also double up as a goods delivery if we can create goods as well, because it does cover the majority of the area of goods. Not all of it, but the majority of it. Fuel and food will drop just here for Hong Kong, so we'll kind of bring it down and then loop it back around and then skedaddle out. And that's in reality all we need to do. So let's create these two new routes. So we'll go from there to there, and obviously we'll make sure that it can utilize all of the platforms. And as of right now, all it's delivering is going to be the construction materials. So we'll call this the Guangzhou bricks. I like to call construction materials bricks because it's just easier. You know what I mean? It's just easier. And then we'll do another run right now down to here, which I'll make this orange. I know it's going to be food and fuel, but I'll make it orange so it stands out. And this is going to be our Hong Kong food/fuel. There we go. And also allow it to utilize all of the spots. Now, we'll throw the vehicles on now. Yes, they will be losing money straight away, but at least they know we have an instant connection when it comes to running the train lines over here. So cargo-wise, we need something that carries all cargo, which we'll just go with these ones. I'll buy two. I'll put one on the Guangzhou bricks and one on the Hong Kong food and fuel. Now, granted, we have nothing to deliver yet. But if I set up a train line, we have then instant deliveries taking effect. Very good. So, stones... Oh, actually, stones are already going to get produced because we've just literally had the delivery. Not bad. Not bad. Now, we need to deliver food and fuel from over here down to there. So we need a train that kind of does a bit of both. So I create a new line, and I go from here to here, which we do have. Oh, I've just realized we don't actually have the turn to lead us in. Interesting. So if I was to go there and then bring you up, how does this look? I'm looking for a decent bend. That's manageable, right? Right, what I'll do is I'll delete these signals and see what type of bend works best. So that's outer to outer. Actually, let me do inner to inner, because then I can see where the maximum radius is. I can bend it. Right, that works. What do you mean? Now we got all of a sudden got a bridge pillar collision issue? Right, don't do this to me, game. Right, I'm being forced to do some deletings. Right, put you there. There. So it could be done, is what you're telling me? God damn it, game. Right, anyway. You're there, there. You're there. There. I don't know why I've staggered it so much. It didn't need to be. But they're the ones that need to be positioned correctly. So you coming down there. You coming this way. This way. And then this way. That should be it. So that line then now works. And we'll go for an orange as well because it's delivering food and fuel. Now, where's it bringing it from? Ideally, it needs to be on the middle platforms, which in Shanghai here is 3 and 4. Now, I did try and play around with allowing them to utilize everything, and it didn't really work out that great. But is it going to be a big issue moving forward, this? Without allowing them to still utilize here, there, and everywhere? Potentially. Now, would it have been better for me to keep it on this run? I suppose it wouldn't really have mattered. Let's just keep it as it is, and then we'll see if it creates any dramas in the future. So this leading in, we'll get to utilize 1 and 2, so it's on both sides. And it should... Yeah, it does stick to the middle because that's the only way the train line kind of comes in there. Right, so this is going to be known then, this line, as our Guangzhou food / fuel, because that's where it's going to be taking those goods. Easy enough. So let's grab a train for it. Now, these lines will probably end up losing quite a bit of money for quite some time. We get our China Railways train. And then we'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we need the food ones, which is the boxcar ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, the only downside for us is, and it's kind of annoying, is that we've got to bring the bricks back, which need the flat car with side stakes. Now, that's annoying, because I could have had this train doing or making money in both directions. It's not going to happen, unfortunately. So we'll just buy you for now and put you on the food and fuel line for Guangzhou, and let's just keep it like that for just a minute. Now, what that does initially is give us more consumers for this, which is probably a bad idea because we've already probably got too many consumers. We've already, like I said, probably got too many consumers right now. But it's only delivering it to Hong Kong, and Hong Kong's not going to grow that big in reality. Actually, to be honest with you, now I think about it, would it have been better to feed Hong Kong with ships? We'll see if that train turns out to be profitable or not. If not, we'll look at doing ships to Hong Kong. That might be better for us. Now, we've got to set up another route. So before I do the train taking the bricks back, before I even consider that first, let's get the route set up that will then end up eventually delivering the bricks to the surrounding areas. So we need to set up then a truck unload stop, and where would be best for us? Because there's a little bit just there, which is part of it, which we're ultimately not going to be able to reach unless we created another bridge of some kinds, but I don't want to go down that road. So I might just drop you... Oh, actually, because also it's going to come out and go all the way around. Is there not a shorter way in which I can kind of get them over here? That's actually quite amazing there. Yeah, let's do that. So, bringing you in. If I put you there, it will mean it will then do a loop around to then head back. So, new line. What else does it want? It does eventually want goods. Interesting. And goods is something that we could also bring back as well. The train that does the fuel and the food could bring the goods back on the boxcars when we start eventually producing goods. So it's not all hope is lost just yet. Right. It is pretty much a short distance right now. So we're not going to need that many on it. And this is going to be known as Nanjing bricks. There we go. And then we set up another one over here. So we'll do it on the opposite side of the bus stop there. That gives us a decent radius. And then there to there. And then this will be known as our King Dao bricks. Simple and effective. Now, one thing I didn't do is allow them to utilize all of the platforms at the stop. Do the same with the Nanjing bricks. There we go. There we go. And then we're just going to quickly buy some vehicles. So we're only going to buy one of each. One each on these lines. So Nanjing bricks. Qingdao bricks. I just realized I've spelt it wrong. King... yeah, there we go. Whoopsie. I did an upsie. Right, only one of each right now until, you know, we're in full swing of it all. And of course, we need to sort out the route that goes to here. So what I'll do then is I'll edit these trains real quick. So can they first take... No, we don't need to worry about that. So if I get rid of the oil tankers on this one and then just solely be boxcars up to a 190 capacity. And then this one we edit. And then we take this all off. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then flat car with side stakes. Modify. So that's a half and half. So we're delivering exactly what it demands. So basically, we've got 8 carriages for each. 8 for you, 8 for the fuel here, 8 for the bricks there, then 8 for each food, which makes 16. And that's how it works out. Probably do need... We can always get a secondary food train if, like, we're not getting rid of the goods quick enough. But that might be better for us. It might be better, and at least when we're going to be delivering the fuel and the bricks in larger quantities. So that's all set up, but we don't have the train bringing back the bricks just yet. So, unfortunately, I mean, this could all be done with ships, when you think of it. We could make it so much more efficient and incorporate a harbour and get ships all involved. Yeah. But it is what it is. Anyway, new line, back and forth. I'm now realizing we could have done this with ships. We'll see how it goes. If it becomes a little bit overwhelming, I'll get ships involved. Right. This is now going to be our Shanghai bricks. And we get it to utilize both there. Both there. Now, it's coming into 1 and 2 here. Now, do I need to make it utilize and share again? I think we might need to make them all share again. So I might get rid of all of these. It might create a bit of a backlog with the crissy-crossy. It doesn't normally kind of go down that well. No, I'm going to keep it to this right now until I've got a problem. That's what I'll do. I'll keep it to there until I've got a problem. Which that problem's not long from appearing. There we go. What I'm doing is I'm overloading this middle section here. That's what I'm doing right now. That problem will arise fairly quickly. Right, let's buy a new train. And this is now the final piece of the puzzle, this now. Is this flat car with side stakes? I'll do a 96 capacity just for now. And then this will be our Shanghai bricks. That's the final piece of the puzzle for everyone to get their deliveries. Now it's just a case then of figuring out what the demand of this is now going to be as we then start to increase the amount of consumers on the line. So with that said, what is the amount of stone on the platform? The train is currently on the way back, but that's not good for us right now. Actually, where is that train? It's over there. So I'm going to duplicate it and get a secondary one coming out, which should appear from over here, which that should be nicely spaced out. Off that then goes. We'll have a little bit of a fast forward now and see what happens. So we've got to wait for those deliveries. Gotta wait for those deliveries, boys. So nothing will be delivered yet until we got the bulk coming in. Now, are we going to need more fuel deliveries? That's another question right now. So the fuel over here, there's a lot. On the line, we're going to end up needing quite a bit more. So why don't I duplicate another 3? Actually, no, it is the right one. Let me duplicate another 3. I know that's mental, but there is a lot there waiting that needs to be delivered. I'm also going to add some bigger cargo buildings, so we've got capacity to store among anything else. So that will now store a bit more. There's that train bypassing through, by the way. And we just got to get those transport numbers up for both. Just seeing what is on these platforms as well. All comes down to numbers at the end of the day. All comes down to numbers. Right. Right. So one stone delivery's already been picked up. So this won't pick up a lot. But it's now starting to move the goods. So that's going to work out really well for us. It's all going to take some time. It's all going to take some serious time. So we should probably look at then doing the vehicle run now to collect people. That's what we probably should now look at. So the question then becomes, obviously this is going to continue, but I'm wondering if it now makes sense for us to continue that to there. Delete this road. I know this is painful. All right, drop that down. We're going to need an additional kind of underpass to create our radius, because it works there. I can't go that way and then that way because it doesn't kind of go down here. There, down. One little stop there and back up. It's going to be an interesting concept, this. Now, we can do both directions. It will make a lot of sense doing both directions. I don't know whether to do a bus stop, an actual bus stop. Probably would make a lot of sense. And I'll drop you there. And then everything else, it is what it is. Yeah, there's no point in you squeezing anything else in. So from there, then, we'll do one there and there. We'll come to here and do one there and there. Now this is us making our way down. Bam, bam. And then we go bam, bam. We'll do bam. Oh no, I don't think bam, bam there. And I don't think bam. Oh, actually, no, it's not going to go back that way, is it? No, is it? Right down this way. Bam. Back out. No, it is. It is. Ignore me. Ignore me. Right, we'll do bam, bam. So then back out. We'll go bam, bam for the crossover there. I'll do a bam, bam. We'll go bam, bam. And then wabam, wabam. Very long-winded, but it does make a lot of sense, these connections. It will make a lot of sense. So, new line. And then we start here, and then we're going to go all the way around. Now, I'm hoping that is set up correctly. We'll make it pink. So, this is where it gets a little bit confusing here. So, it's 17th Street. Is there two 17th Streets? There is. So, it's number 7. There we go. I just wanted to flip it on that one side. And then that's perfect. That's perfect for us. Another new line. Oh, I pressed that twice now. There was a slight little delay, wasn't there? Hold on. Does the other one... Wait. No, I got confused then. I don't know what happened there. I got my mind had a little meltdown. And I'll make this one purple. Just so we can see the two differences. And are we okay here? Yes, this one does this one fine. And then back out. So, what we're going to call this the Shenzhen loop. Guangzhou. No, I'm going to call it Shenzhen loop 1. Because it's in the middle of the two. Oh. So it'll be known as the Shenzhen area. That's why we'll call it that. That's why we'll call it that. I think that works better than anything else. Okay. 2 loops now down. Let's buy some vehicles for it. So passenger-wise, these carry 8. Let me get 8 vehicles anyway. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull it on. Oh, I should have called it the Greater Shenzhen. That's what we should have called it. And then loop 2. And that should do us just fine. Right, in the meantime then, we've had a stone delivery, by the way. The consumers are starting to increase. So we've got Beijing, Qingdao, Nanjing, Guangzhou. So yeah, we've only got the 4 which is available, which is perfect. Bricks are being created and placed on the platform. So it's just a matter of time of waiting for this to level up once we have all the deliveries kick in. So we are getting somewhere. There's a lot of food now waiting, which I'm now starting to suspect that we might require an additional train, an additional food train here at the minute. Just to make sure that the platform does not overload itself. Now, this also means, by the way, we are going to be shortly getting brick deliveries. And it's just a matter of time. It is just a matter of time. So can where oh, there's 2 trains on the way down right now. They're not the brick trains. Are you the... Yes, there we go. There's a brick train. So let's watch this take its journey. So this is exciting right now because this is probably... Is it the first one? Yeah, this is the first time it's delivering the bricks. So this is exciting right now. Very excited about this. So, come on. Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, turning in. Up the hill it travels. There's a lot of trains now coming and going. So this is where it could get a little bit tasty. But I think it's going to run straight in for the most part right now. Oh, the game's lagging slightly there. And then this will disperse the goods a bit evenly. So you get a couple on the platform, and you get a couple on the road depot station. Oh, the Shanghai food. Could do... Oh, actually, it's still horse and cart. Oh, my goodness me. It's still horse and cart, boys. Cargo. Or cargo 6, or cargo 7. Is the other line still horse and cart? It is. Question. How is Shanghai Food Line looking? Do we need that many vehicles? I don't think we do. But we now should be picking up more on the other route. So we should get through the backlog. That's what now should be happening. Right, where the... You're going to there. And number 2 is going to there. Is that number 2's line? So number 2 is more greedy than number 1 at the minute. Okay, that's interesting. So let me just replace these anyway with the big boys. But I think I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And reroute them onto number 2. Number 2's got 16 vehicles. Number 1's got now 14 vehicles. Let's see how that difference balances out over time. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Right. Lots of trains coming in, which is good to see. There's a lot of movement now underway. So have you leveled up yet? Not yet. You're still waiting for deliveries. But now we're starting to get deliveries. Is it meaning that we are now demanding more stone from these areas? The answer's not yet yes. It's going to come with time still. It is going to come with time, but do I just get more in for the frequency among everything else? I think we're okay at the moment. There's still stone there. We just got to wait for it to level up, which it's not that far off from doing in reality. It's not that far off. But yeah, I don't know if you guys agree though, but I think we might need to replace that route going down to Hong Kong, the Shenzhen area. Yes, the trains are great, but some of it we can replace with ships, which will carry a lot more in bulk and make more money because the initial outlay is not that crazy to get them from point A to point B. We'll see. We will see though, we will see. Right, we're now no longer in the blue, not the red. The blue, boys. There's a lot of food in the Beijing train. Now we did get a secondary Beijing train in for delivering the food. Apparently it hasn't made much of a difference. Or at least I feel like it hasn't made much of a difference. Alright, lots of deliveries taking place. You're coming to pick up the food. So that'll be a nice big chunk being taken away. Alright, picking up. Nice big chunk. That's what we like to see. So that's pretty much on its limit right now. I couldn't really give it any more consumers if I wanted to at this point. These areas are looking pretty solid. So is Beijing getting some of its bricks, which is good. Are we okay over here? No, the Tianjin food. What is it? Oh, it's delivering with the 6 there. There is one that does 7. Which will give us a little bit extra on the line. But I wouldn't say too much. But I do think we need to add in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more vehicles. Just to keep up with that demand. Yeah, right. There's a lot of stuff that we've got to try and configure. The micromanagement is getting a little bit real at this point. Right, there's now bricks available. So that train coming in right now is going to pick up the fuel. We'll also pick up some bricks to deliver to Beijing. So it's slowly happening. It's slowly coming together. It's just time that needs to pass by right now for us to benefit from what we've got set up. There's a big stone delivery about to come in now. Oh, we have leveled up, by the way. We have leveled up. So that will be a bit more demanding on the stone from the quarries. Perfect. Absolutely perfect right now. Now, I don't know whether it's going to equate to then needing a 3rd train straight away. But I think I kind of preempt it and get a 3rd train now. Just slightly preempt it and get it all up and running. Right, is the fuel over here looking okay? We still need more oil being delivered. So the crude oil trains, I am going to replace them all. I don't know whether they've got these ones. I don't know if it's them ones. I think it is. But I'm going to replace them all anyway. And give them... I feel that's going to be the same train, right? Oh, no, it's a better engine. Okay, that's sweet. But I will add 1, 2 more on. Which will increase the amount of oil that gets delivered to hopefully be refined. But at the same time, what we are missing is we are missing a train that's going to deliver the fuel from here to there, or we set it up, and it might be a better idea to set it up where they kind of have a break in between stations. So they pick up from one station, they pick up from the other station, because there's a lot of fuel there that could be utilized, which we're pretty much letting go to waste. And that's where this extension of the line then comes into place. So is this tired? Is that now leaving with not a lot on? There wouldn't be a lot more for the next train to come in. So I reckon we get that set up. Right, pause. And then we're going to edit this. All we've got to do, and it's fairly simple, add in another set of tracks. Extend the platform. And get rid of you. And I'll go big on the building. Run you up. That's got what we now require. So back into play mode then. These tracks gonna come all the way up and round. And then in. And make sure, because I forgot, look at how awkwardly wiggly that is. That's horrible, isn't it? Hold on. Wait, what do you mean no? Don't be a nerd. That was weird, wasn't it? That was really weird. Right, set these both up these sides. Oh, here we go. Right. There is something wrong on this. I can feel it. You know, you can just feel it. Something being wrong. There we go. Right, signal. Nice. So we do have set up automatic signals, but I'm just going to do it myself. And they are very, very awkwardly placed on this. We'll keep that one as it is. That's okay. The rest of it is now completely fine. So back into play mode then. So we're going to now transform what this Shanghai fuel line actually does. So it goes from here back to Shanghai. It's then going to come up to here, which we need it to go on 5 and 6. And then back to Shanghai. So back to Shanghai, which is number 3 and 4. So it does abbreviate. It will start at this one, go to Shanghai. Then once it's dropped off at Shanghai, it will then come all the way back to here, pick up, and then drop up at Shanghai. So it's taking fuel. The one line's taken from both sides, but it will do it one at a time, giving enough time for it to kind of bulk up a bit more fuel on the platform for each delivery. Now, what that ultimately means then is we could probably do with an extra 2 trains because there's a bigger gap between pickups and it should work in our favor. Right. With that said then, we can now maximize the fuel that we are producing. And these will then, if this starts leveling, that's leveled up. If this fuel plant then starts leveling up, then these refineries will also start leveling up a bit more as well. And then we can utilize the additional fuel, crude oil that we are delivering at the same time. Right, I'm going to get a 4th train here, by the way. I'm preempting it all. We should be good. We should be good. Right. Do we need any extra vehicles here? So the Guangzhou bricks. I'll duplicate for a 2nd vehicle. The Hong Kong one. Oh, I've just put in 4. Okay. I forgot to manage vehicles. Okay, we'll go 4 in each. We'll kind of, we'll go there. We'll go there. Right, manage these. So if I grab both of these here, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So an extra 2 on each loop. That will start again. It's in the direction that we require. Make sure there's not too many people waiting on the platform. So far, so good. Right, the Beijing food numbers are slowly coming down, I feel. I do feel. Is that the brick train? Yes, that is looking pretty filled to the brim. We could probably add an extra few carriages or 2 on that eventually. Very exciting. Very exciting. It's all systems go now in this area, isn't it? That's what it feels like. So Qingdao's getting the minuscule amount of bricks anyway, but that's enough for it to start growing a bit more. Same with Nanjing, minuscule amount of bricks, but it's starting to grow a bit more. Beijing, minuscule amount of bricks at the minute, but it's enough to make it start growing again. It's all pushing in the right direction. And that's what we want at this moment in time. All to be pushing in the right direction. Right, that's actually leveled up again, the brick or the construction materials factory. I'm going to add onto this train now 1, 2, 3, 4 extra carriages or cars. That will really help us out. We really need to figure out the road layout of what this is going to look like over here in Guangzhou. But I don't know whether we might eventually bring ships into this. I don't know how ships would work. If they could even reach those industries. Or we'll have to do kind of like a drop-off point. But I think ships would really, really help us out. They really, really would. So I don't want to look just yet at what lines are losing money. So I don't think it's too fair to judge it too soon. But we ain't shifting the fuel as much as we assumed we would. But maybe we're just waiting for bigger carriages to unlock for the trains. I'm interested to know how this is going to... The fuel is going to be affected as well, because we got to wait for those big deliveries to kick in. A lot of oil there. There's only 3 on this, so... Let me add... Let's add 2 more trains on that. So it's very busy over here as well. Very, very, very busy. Everyone is so demanding at this point. Everybody wants everything. It's crazy. It is getting slightly crazy. Right. So this should mean then we're doing pretty well. Now, we could, in theory, start exporting to other places. Like Manila in the Philippines requires food and construction materials, which we could ship from over here. Taipei City in Taiwan requires construction materials. So everything is kind of gearing up to the point where we might want to start thinking about incorporating the ship network. So we might have to take it a little bit more serious. We might have to see what it would look like in the next episode, that. But in terms of income anyway, you can see we've recently had a record income year of 152 million. That's amazing. But we are going to have quite a few lines that are not profitable. Actually, it's only a few. So, Shanghai bricks is one. Now, is that something that's slowly creeping up as time goes on? Potentially. I've just added more... I've just added more carriages to that train, so we might see a difference then. The Shanghai grain line is now starting to lose money, and I think that's got too many trains on that in general. That they're not all getting filled to the brim. So what I might do there is I might just sell a train. We'll just sell a train there. Because we are getting it from over here as well. And that could help us a little bit better. And of course, the Shanghai fuel. We've recently just added more trains to it and completely changed how the journeys now work. And the one factory is not on full production just yet, so that will take a while before we see the revenue creep back in. It will take a bit of time. But we will need to adjust all of this. We are putting a lot of pressure on just this one line leading in. So we might need to change that slightly. So much traffic here, which is not good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build this as a bridge. So if I get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you, and then get rid of all the little middle ones. And then get the road to hopefully then pass over. Okay, maybe go back a bit further. Change to a more modern bridge. Times are changing, boys. The times are changing. More free flowy in this area now. More free. Got to upgrade the roads as well. But yeah, you can tell the times are changing. Look at the type of vehicles we've now got. But that's now going to help us. That will now help us. And we probably need to start thinking about like a bus route that goes back and forth here as well, because that will heavily limit the amount of vehicles traveling. Because at the minute, if you want to go from there, from Qingdao to Shanghai, you got to go out to Beijing and then back down again, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, not bad. Not bad. We're still inefficient. You know, I'm not going to act foolish and say that we're not. We're still super inefficient in areas. But hopefully, as we get bigger capacities on some of the vehicles, things will slightly start to change. Right. It's just the case of the way... Oh, there's so many bricks now, isn't there? Right, this train can have the full shebang now. Because now it's going to be profitable, and I don't need to worry. The bricks are leveling up, which is perfect, which means more stone demands. I'm just going to wait for this to now level up. So I'm just ultimately waiting for the shipment numbers, or the transport numbers, sorry, to increase. It's all we can do. It's just a waiting game. It's just a waiting game. Right. We seriously need to think about ships in the next episode, guys. They will be a bit more efficient. They will be able to carry all different types of cargo, which would allow me to make money in both directions. I don't know why I didn't think about ships in the first place. Taking some trains off and replacing them with the shipping routes would alleviate some pressures on those lines leading into the distribution center, so that's also beneficial. But also setting up ports down in this area as well will lead to exportation to the Philippines, to Taiwan, and a few other surrounding cities as well. And then we can start thinking about who else wants the goods. Osaka in Japan could take on the bricks, but it also takes on goods itself, which you do have a big goods factory. You have 3 of them down here anyway, so goods could be the next thing that we start producing. Anyway, guys, we'll end it here. I hope you did enjoy this. If you did, please smash the like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.